Naughty, naughty, we see what you're doing. We see what you're doing, and we're gonna arrest you. Yeah, it's been crazy. But I got a bunch of retarded footage from people being retarded in America. Look, I mean, who doesn't love to watch that, right? American retards. Some of the best retards in the world. We do retardation better than almost anyone. The hands off my weenus protests were rocking the United States cock and balls everywhere yesterday. Yes, the Dems are tired of Doge molesting their weenuses. As we know, the left holds the monopoly on molestation in the United States, and they don't like anyone trying to muscle in on their territory. Hands-off protests in every US state against Trump and Musk. Completely organic, by the way. Oh man, people are just so annoyed. It's not like they had to get paid or anything. Yeah. Hundreds of thousands of protesters flooded the streets in all 50 American states over the weekend to oppose President Trump and Elon Musk, calling for an end to a billionaire takeover. Oh my God, bros. It's not like the US was run by billionaires before. No, but they were run by my group of billionaires. You don't understand, bro, right? They were run by the good billionaires, not the bad billionaires. Demonstrations were planned under the slogan "Hands Off" in major US cities by civil rights organizations, labor unions, LGBTQ+ advocates, and veteran groups, and communists, of course, right? So here you can see that hands off my democracy weenus. Stop playing with my democracy hole. Daddy Musk touched me in an inappropriate place in my democracy. God damn it. So yeah, look, rather than reading the article, why don't I just play you some clips?
That I could do. Break the record. I don't want to stand people with those. I don't want to be like.
So you can see in DC, massive crowds for the hashtag #HandsOff2025 protests. Here's New York. They're marching, bros. They're marching.
Hands up! Hands up! Hands up! Stand up, fight back! Shut down, down! Shut down, down!
Move it back, move it faster, guys.
Shut down, down! 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 Our flag, not their flag! 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 Our flag must be free!
Oh my God, what a bunch of massive faggots. Dude. Oh God, come on. Oh yeah, and of course it wouldn't be a protest without commies, would it?
Get down! DC is a union town! Get up! Get down! DC is a union town!
Alright, now let's get down. Oh my goodness.
Now, as the Shademaster points out on YouTube chat, I was reliably informed that Doge shut down their funding. Well, don't worry, the Euro cucks are there, right? When there is a cuck that needs cucking, call Euro cuck for all your cuck needs. Yes, it seems that that the Europeans have picked up the funding stream that was abandoned by Doge, because suddenly all the little glowies have their money back. Much disappoint. There's some amazing community art projects. Here's Musk in effigy. You know, I'm sure he's going to be very, very hurt by this. Oh man. The sting. Can you imagine being Elon Musk seeing that? Now, this is quite interesting. So this is Tony Segura. He runs a number of like big data companies that index all the sort of mobile IPs and various IPs in the US. And he does sort of like virtual geofencing, right? Where he looks at all the devices in a certain area and sort of tries to trace them back to like other areas. You can tell like a lot about protest activity. I think he first got his start analyzing January 6th and all the fuckery that was going on there. Right, so the organizers are claiming that there were 30,000 people at, I don't know if this is the Washington protest or the New York one. The CBS stated a vague thousands. Apparently 92% of the phones in attendance had attended 5 or more Kamala Harris rallies. Imagine my shock. Antifa, BLM, pro-Hamas or pro-Palestinian protests. For more insight into what data we also look in addition to GPS location, would be demographic and psychographic data. This is pretty creepy shit, honestly. So wait, what does it basically go on? Right. So basically, they reckon that this is mainly down to about 6 different NGOs. Disruption Project, Rise and Resist, Indivisible, which is like, I think, Norm Eisen's thing, Troublemakers, the Democratic Socialists of America, point of personal privilege, and the Muslim Brotherhood. Okay. I'm just saying. So one of them is likely operating illegal. All the rest of them are 401c4s, non-profits. And he reckons that he has identified 11 additional groups paying for protests, demonstrations, and riots. Many are linked to foreign-backed actors in countries funding terrorism. This is Chicago. So, I mean, as you can see, like they're pretty big protests, these, right? Because everyone's getting paid. There are like companies that like pay protests. This is demand protest. Basically, they'll pay people to like recruit for protests, to do direct action. We can help organize, rally, and advocate for your cause. Yeah, so it's a whole industry now, basically. This is a really funny clip. I'm gonna like play all this. Just to give you an idea of how retarded, like, and how paid some of these protesters are.
So what makes Trump a fascist? What makes Trump a fascist?
He does things without
You gotta talk loud. I don't have my mic on.
I'm not really good into interviews stuff like that.
Sorry?
He just does everything he wants, and not following laws, or he's a convicted felon. That's all I know.
But your sign says he's a fascist, and I'm just curious what makes him a fascist.
One of the things is that he's trying to control the media, right?
Say that again?
He's trying to control the narrative. Like,
how is he trying to control the media? Doesn't every president try to control the narrative?
They try to control their own narrative, but one of the things that Trump's has done, for example, is the renaming the Gulf of Mexico.
Bro, like, he's like trying to control like, the narrative, bro, and that like, makes him like fascist, bro. And he like renames like the Gulf of Mexico to like the Gulf of America. That's not cool, man. That's something only a fascist would do, man. Like, the fuck, dude? Just like roll these people out of bed, right? Stuck them on a bus, and like, here's your fucking like $50 on a hot lunch. Go fucking like protest.
And then not allowing the Associated Press to come into the White House. Basically, trying to get.
What are your feelings about him renaming the Gulf of Mexico as the Gulf of America when a majority of the Gulf is in fact on the coast of America as opposed to Mexico?
I mean, it's kind of pointless. People.
Is
call
it pointless?
Yeah, people call it the Gulf of Mexico. What's the
Don't
point
you think
of
it could have a
changing the name?
positive tourism impact potentially?
Tourism has been down heavily.
So I don't want to get into a tourism debate. My question is, the sign says the fascist Trump regime must go.
Yeah.
And so I'm just curious what makes him a fascist. You pointed out that maybe something about his relationship with the media, he wants to control it, but
Yeah.
how? Again, you're calling him a fascist.
Yeah. Well,
what makes him a fascist?
One of the core tenets of fascism is creating an enemy, right, and blaming those problems on
What's
the
that?
enemy.
Oh, yeah,
So-
the paper gave me, yeah.
Who gave you that?
The people that gave me the sign. It's a free sign.
Oh, someone gave you the sign,
Yeah.
and then they gave you the handout.
No.
So are you reading it now to try to answer the question?
Yeah, but I mean...
Can I see that? Can you hold that up?
I'm just not...
No, I'm just curious.
You can have it.
I can have it?
Yeah, you can have it.
Alrighty. So where did you get the sign?
All the way in the gatekeeper's house.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just pretty cool.
And that's another one? They gave you 2 pieces of paper?
Okay, here.
Can I have that one too?
Yes, you can have both.
Oh, okay. So what brings you guys out here today?
Just because I saw people were hanging out with people from...
Yeah, same thing as everyone else. Executive overreach.
I don't know, man. They just give me like a free sign, bro, and there's some kind of hot chicks at this protest, bro. I'm trying to get laid, and fucking crazy, man. Now, of course, none of this would be complete without a media narrative to hang it on. This is Norm Eisen, who I believe is the head of or working with Indivisible. There are people who know like a lot more about this than I do. Check it out. I mean, this is basically the thing they're trying. I don't know whether it's going to work though, bros.
Donald Trump tried to do a knockout punch of our democracy. And in part because of these over 200 court cases, the dozens of court orders that we've achieved, including at State Democracy Defenders Fund, where I litigate, we slowed that push. And that's the first guardrail, the courts, the rule of law. But what we're seeing now is the second and third guardrails of democracy. The treetops, these congressional leaders coming back so strong, political events like the big win in Wisconsin, a 10-point win this week for the Supreme Court justice who was really in a referendum on the popularity of Trump and Musk. They're hated. And that brings us to the third guardrail, which is the public, these mass mobilizations. And the danger with Donald Trump was that he would boil the frog. Jen and I have studied autocracy all over the world for the contrary. And successful autocrats, Hungary, Turkey, they go slow. Donald Trump microwaved the frog. And when you see the crowd at the protests yesterday, at Tesla dealerships, at Republican town halls, these are hardcore conservatives who are turning up to say, hey, you're destroying our economy, you're destroying our quality of life, the food we eat, the clothes we wear, the cars we drive, the homes we live in. It's all getting unsustainable. I think Donald Trump is failing in his attempt to impose autocracy. So watch out. Democracy's coming back.
Democracy's coming back, boys. Democracy, it's coming back. Fucking jeez, man. Come on. And there's there's this crazy tranny talking about get your hands off my junk or something.
And we are here today because while we know that Donald Trump thinks that he can place his hands anywhere, we're telling him, hell no, hands off our Social Security, hands off our Medicaid, hands off Medicare, hands off SNAP, hands off our kids, hands off women's rights, hands off LGBTQ rights. We are here because we know our lives and the lives of our neighbors are worth fighting for. We know that our future is worth fighting for. And we are here.
Oh my god, it's gonna be a whole summer of this fucking bullshit. So apparently there's a rumor going around, by the way, that the that the companies that were recruiting for the protests were specifically saying like no blacks, right? They didn't want any blacks in the protest. I wonder why that is. I mean, could it be optics, or could it be because they were worried if they had a large black contingent, it might tip over into mostly peaceful violence and hurt their cause? I I don't know, mate. It's hard to know. It's hard to know, bros. Now there's also this from this fucking like lefty guy. Now this was doing the rounds. This is almost certainly fake, but just to give you an idea of what's going on, April 1st as well, so probably an April Fool's. But people were warning that, you know, this kind of stuff was going to like happen with AI. This is allegedly, bros, a leaked audio between Trump and Elon Musk. How did they get the audio? Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry about it. Where's it from? Some random account on Twitter. Absolutely legit, bros.
It's okay. It's okay. It's not okay because Tesla is going down, and it's not good. Smart guy, you can do this. It's bad. It's really bad. Everything's going to be okay. It's all going to come out in the wash, as they say. Soon, everybody will be buying again. I hope so.
Well, I don't know about you, bros, but I am certainly convinced that that's a real leak and definitely not AI. Oh, mate, Musk's on the ropes, bros. What's he gonna do? They just got to protest harder, blow up some more Tesla dealerships. Everything will be fine.